What up, y'all? This is Coach O. Let me take you back to when I was 20 years old and I showed up to the military recruiting office at 6'1", 123 pounds soaking wet.
Oh my
They
god!
just didn't call me skinny. I was literally required to obtain a medical waiver just to let me serve because I was underweight. I got up to 145 pounds in boot camp, and for years on active duty, I was stuck at 150 pounds, just spinning my wheels, trying every trick in the book to grow. I was eating double meals for breakfast, double meals for lunch, double meals for dinner, and still nothing. I would go to the gym, get a good pump, go back home, go to sleep, wake up the next day, boom, back to square one. But I finally cracked the code. Today, I'm showing you exactly how I gained just over 14 pounds in 12 weeks on a mostly vegan diet. No excuses, no meat required. Let's get into it. So my wife and I went vegan back in 2019 for our health. Look, we aren't the anti-meat police, pause. We just wanted to make sure that when we're old, we're still moving, not falling apart, and living our best lives. But how does a skinny guy with a high metabolism actually keep the weight on? It's simple physics. The secret is you have to out eat right? So when I first did it back in 2024, I used that logic to go from 162 pounds to over 180 pounds in 12 weeks. I was eating everything, complex sugars, the whole nine. As long as it was vegan, I was eating it, right? But this time I started at 172 pounds in November, but I got scientific with it. Strict protein intake, disciplined meal prep, and a savage workout routine. Everyone says you need a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Let's be real. On a vegan diet, it's hard. It's hard to do that even if you're not a vegan, especially if you have a family and you work a 9 to 5. To hit my numbers, I had to lean on protein powders and high carb, high protein meals, including beans and nuts.
Yo.
Pause. Here's a daily grind that I was going through. For breakfast, I would have oatmeal loaded with walnuts, bananas, strawberries, and that's when I would have protein shake number one. My AM snack, my morning snack, in between breakfast and lunch, I had 3/4 cup of homemade trail mix, which included walnuts, peanuts, cashews, raisins, and cranberries. Then after that, I would have my lunch, which would be a pretty big power salad, kale, quinoa, walnuts, carrots, and cranberries. If you want to, you can add a regular or any other power green. And for my PM snack, I have another 3/4 cup of trail mix. And then after that, I have my pre and post gym regimen, which I'll have creatine prior to my workout. I'll have that 30 minutes to an hour prior. And then for my protein shake number two, I will have that 30 minutes to an hour after my workout. And for dinner, I eat whatever my wife cooked. It's usually uh, pasta and rice with whatever it is. That's where I would get a lot of my carbs from. So by the end of the day, I'm hitting around 110 to 120 grams of protein. And on a great day, it'll be about 150. And I'm getting 50 grams of protein from my shakes. My morning shake would be 20 grams of protein, and my post workout shake would be 30 grams of protein. Um, so it might not be the standard gram per pound, but trust me, the gains were real. I took a completely new approach to training this time. I dedicated one entire week to a single muscle group, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with active maintenance in between. I got the idea from Dr. Mike at Renaissance Periodization. Check his channel out for great content. For example, on chest week, Monday, I did 4 exercises focused primarily on upper chest. Then on Wednesday, I did 4 exercises focused primarily on mid chest. And then on Fridays, I did 4 exercises focused primarily on lower chest. I only had 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between sets to focus on that good pump. The rep scheme for the first 6 weeks, I did one set of heavy weights, 4 to 6 reps, and then I lowered the weight for one set of 8 to 10 reps. Then I lowered the weight even more for one set of 12 to 15 reps. Then the last 6 weeks, I pivoted. I started with 12 reps of a moderate weight, then followed it up with 2 sets of 6 and 2 sets of 4 at the same weight. I only rested 30 seconds to 1 minute in between sets. The goal, 20 challenging reps after the initial set to force the muscle growth. I got that regimen from Athlete X. Go to his channel for great information as well. As I finished week 12, the scale was sitting at 186 pounds. Now, I'll be the first to admit hitting 190 pounds has been a battle, but the goal was to hit 190 pounds so I could comfortably sit at 180 after a 6-week shred. I tried to make it up during my rest week, but I came up short. I'm stuck at almost 187 pounds, and I'll gladly settle for that. If you want my detailed meal and workout plan to try this yourself, leave a comment below and I'll send it to you directly. Like and subscribe. Let's get these gains together. And don't forget, I have a 6-week shred coming up, and I'm going to get down to 180 pounds and maintain 180 pounds. Be on the lookout for more. This is Coach O, and stay TTG.